another story we're following very closely is this unusual lawsuit by 90 former American gymnasts right now targeting the FBI for mishandling its investigation of former Team USA Dr. Larry Nassar. They say allowing him to continue to sexually abuse many of these women for years, and that the Bureau ignored such warnings. And on and on. Maggie Nichols is one of those, the former Team USA gymnast, going after the FBI on this. With us is Jane Reilley, her attorney. Welcome to both of you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you. Maggie, to you first. I mean, it's always an uphill battle to sue a government agency, let alone the FBI. But you believe, and your fellow gymnasts believe, for good cause. What is it you're claiming the FBI botched?
Yeah, so I was the first one to report Larry Nassar in 2015, and after I reported, USA Gymnastics was told me and my family that the FBI and USA Gymnastics were going to handle it and that we should just keep quiet. And the FBI was actually hiding my reports and the reports from the other gymnasts, and Larry Nassar was still able to abuse hundreds of girls day in and day out. So it's just super scary to even think about, because we have so much trust in the FBI to keep, our country safe and things like that.
Well, I noticed besides yourself, Simone Biles, Kyla Maroney, Ellie Reitzman, among these other 85 to 90 women who've joined in this, Did you all compare notes on this, notice a pattern to this?
I mean, we talk here and there, but we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes and things like that. But we just want to do what's right and hold the people who did or who were lying. We want to hold them accountable.
So, Jane, you're the lawyer here. You know the uphill battle you face. What and how has the FBI responded to the suit?
So far, they have not responded. They do have 6 months from the time of filing of the claims to respond. The fact of the matter is, though, while we sincerely hope that they finally take responsibility for this egregious failure to protect these women, what will never change is that between the time that they received Maggie's report in 2015 and when it was finally reported to the MSC police, there were 100 women and girls, young girls who were sexually assaulted by Nassar. And all of that could have been prevented if they'd simply done their job as they were supposed to at the time.
Yeah, in reading the suit, the charges that Nassar had victimized about 70 women and girls when the FBI was first told of the allegations and when Michigan officials were later arresting him in the fall of 2016. So a good deal of time had gone by. Maggie, do you know why so much time went by?
No, do not know, unanswered. I think it was just because USA Gymnastics President Steve Penny was wanting to hide everything that was going on. And I know that he was actually meeting with the FBI agents behind the scenes. And it was just very a bad situation, inappropriate situation. And I think that they just didn't want everyone to know what was going on with Larry Nassar.
So I heard when you were talking about it, my fellow survivors and I were betrayed by every institution that was supposed to protect us. Has anything changed in your eyes since then, Maggie?
Not a lot has changed. We were actually, last year, we spoke in front of the U.S. Senate, and we were told that they were going to take action against the FBI who didn't do their job, and that has not happened yet. But that was the first time that we were ever told that something is going to happen, but we're still waiting for something to happen there.
Jane, have they ever explained, I'm being redundant here, but it fascinates me because there were ample warnings, and not only expressed by brave folks like Maggie, but a host of others who had said, look, this is what's happening, and they failed to act on that. What was the reason and the rationale at the time?
And I want to make clear, this was not a mistake on the part of the FBI. The lead investigator who was in charge at the time was meeting with the CEO of USA Gymnastics about a job opportunity. He denies that, of course, but there's ample evidence that meeting took place. So this was something that they chose not to follow up on and not to report. And in fact, if it had been left up to the FBI, Larry Nassar may still be out there abusing women and girls. He was only stopped because a separate complaint was made to the MSU Police Department, and they finally arrested Nassar. It's egregious, and it's something that everyone in this country should be deeply, deeply concerned about, because if we have some of our most elite, decorated athletes reporting abuse and it being concealed, this is already a chronically underreported issue, sexual abuse. And how do we expect survivors to come forward and seek justice if this is how they're going to be treated?
All right. Please keep us posted on this. We did reach out, by the way, to the FBI on this case and their reaction to that. We have not heard back, but we'll be staying on top of this. Ladies, thank you both very, very much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.